Modern men have no courage. Courage is something men used to pride themselves in. It was lumped into chivalry, part of being a man. But now you don't even have the courage to go talk to a girl? None of you are approaching women. None of you seem confident. And coming from a girl, I swear to you, all it takes is a little bit of courage to stand.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at men refusing to date modern women. Don't forget to drop a comment, make sure you subscribe if you're new here, and let's jump into it.
I'm shaking. I just got home from a date. We were going to an event and dinner. We did not make it to dinner. He just dropped me off at home. I'm back home. I've been gone for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm back home. And I have a friend coming to pick me up right now. I just asked him to take me home. You know the amount of times I have wanted to do that while on a date and I didn't, and I just sat there and grinned and bared it. A guy does something or says something or is something that I just don't jive with, and I stick around because it's the polite thing to do.
Hearing a modern woman say that she's being polite is actually rather jarring to me at this point. I don't think a lot of these women are capable of actually being polite.
No more of that, girls. I finally just said, look, I have to be really honest. You just did this thing that is really not my vibe and it's turning me off, and I don't think I can make it to dinner with you. To his credit, he took it really, really well, and he said, okay, I actually completely understand. Thank you for telling me, and let's go ahead and get you home. He also asked me out on another date. What? No. Come here. This guy's happy. Come on.
Sounds like the dude dodged a bullet since she insists on documenting her L's on TikTok.
I've accepted that I'm probably going to be single my whole life at this rate, because every guy I think is cute apparently has like 5,000 other people on him. Body inflation is way too real. Everyone's got a ridiculous body nowadays. I just can't compete, bro. Y'all can have them. I'm out. I'm good.
It's a simple rule. If you're going to chase Chad, that's fine, but you're going to be sharing him with other women, so don't complain about it.
I just got back from a fun girls' night out. We basically celebrated my birthday, the holidays, and we're also vacation buddies. So I asked the girls, I said, okay, like, what trips are going to make it out of the group chat next year? What are we doing? Are we even getting boyfriends? And they all looked at me and said, fuck no. I don't know anybody who has a boyfriend on their vision board. No one wants to enter a relationship. No one has a goal to get a ring or be a bride in 2026. Nobody that I know. Like, I truly wonder what's going to happen to all the single men in 2026.
Just because it's not on their vision boards doesn't mean that they don't want to get married. It's as plain as day.
What happened to yearning? What happened to men that pursue? What happened to men being confident enough to make the first move? I feel like our generation is just so whacked out. Like, we're just all messed up, and I think with the phones, we're just so antisocial, and just everything is just out of sorts, and it's not how it used to be. And I think it's a real shame that, like, the art of dating and, like, yearning and pursuing is just dead. Like, I watch shows like Bridgerton, I'm like, oh my god, we will never have that again. It's just gonna get worse, and it's actually so sad. Especially dating apps have just ruined it all.
There is nothing worth yearning over here. Men got sick and tired of being used and mistreated.
So who are we supposed to marry if all the men are gay? Like, seriously, this is not about, like, censoring men or anything, but, like, as a straight woman who wants a straight man and, like, create a life with, that's not something that's foreign. So I don't want to hear nothing about decensoring men, okay? I've been single for 3 years after a divorce and after a heartbreak from a nigga who really didn't have no business being in my space.
If he had no business being in her space, then why did she marry the guy in the first place?
So, this is not the decensoring conversation. The conversation is, again, who are the women supposed to marry if all the men are gay?
It's funny how she uses this word as an insult to the men who just want nothing to do with her at all. She just can't accept that some men don't want to deal with her nonsense.
Okay, men, black men especially, please answer me this. Why is it that many of y'all refuse to go to curated dating events? I'm talking about events where the vibes are already set, the ambiance is right, the music is good, the drinks are flowing. You're basically guaranteed to meet somebody who's actually interested in you and is serious about dating. You're pretty much set up to win. Conversation starters and prompts so there's no awkward silence, a bit of a structured experience, and maybe a little turn up afterward.
Dating events are filled with desperate women in their 30s. It is simply not worth the hassle.
So my question is it that dating events like this require a certain type of intention and vulnerability, and the patriarchy taught you that pursuing connection with effort somehow makes you less masculine or something? Because the patriarchy told y'all that you're supposed to just stumble into love and not actually prepare for it? Because we see how that's turning out. The women are doing the work. They're showing up, they're investing, they're trying something different, stepping out of their comfort zone, taking risks. Isn't risk-taking a part of masculinity too? So what is it really? Is it the event itself or the unlearning the patriarchy part?
It's not the patriarchy, it's that men are not willing to get with women who regularly ignore them and treat them terribly.
Most men just want to know they can. They will ask you for your number just to see if you will give it to them. They will DM you just to see if you will reply. They will ask you on a date just to see if you are willing to go with them. They have no true intention of actually pursuing you or doing right by you. They just want to know they can. They just want to know they can have access to you. They just want to know they could talk to you. They just want to know they could sleep with you so you could stroke their bitch ass, fragile, weak ass egos.
If you insist on chasing Chad, then you can't be surprised when he plays games. And I want to stress, a lot of these guys who quote-unquote play games, all it really means is that the man doesn't want to date her.
This makes sense to me. I'm talking to a guy from Raya who just moved to Chicago. We talk about how we love coffee shops. I say my favorite coffee shop. He's out of town. He comes back, I think 3-4 days later into town. The very next morning, he goes to the coffee shop without me to get a coffee. I'm so confused. Like, didn't you want to ask me on a date there? Like, why would you just I don't understand.
It's fairly obvious the guy just wasn't interested in asking this woman out on a date. It's as simple as that.
I'm just so confused. Why would you go to my favorite coffee shop without asking me to meet you there? And I even said, like, oh my God, that's so funny. I'm on my way there. I'm going to be there soon. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to leave. And I'm like, I'm just, man, you confuse me as a species, really, truly.
It's interesting how she blames every single man over a man who just didn't want to date her. How crazy is that?
I have a question, and this is a genuine question. I'm not even asking for a friend, asking, I am the friend. Are people getting asked out on dates in real life? Because it literally just occurred to me, I was in Sainsbury's and there was a guy next to me and I thought, oh, like, how cute would it be if he was to ask me out? And then I honestly realised that I literally can't remember the last time I've been asked out. And I actually think in London I've probably been asked out in real life like twice in the whole time I've been here. And I've been here for like a really long time.
That's not London's fault. I find it funny how these women always blame their situations on their cities or locations as if it's just not them entirely that's causing the issue.
I also don't have guys slide into my DMs. I've got people that I've never met before that live in different countries spamming me with nice stuff, which if that is you, thank you, because that is a confidence boost I needed in my day. But like, I don't actually have people that maybe I've met or friend of a friend or someone that lives in the area being like, hey, random, would you like to go for a drink? Like, is this happening to other people or is it just me that's...
Modern women demanded that men left them alone, and then they act confused when men do just that.
This is where I feel frustrated, is where I just think that it just doesn't make sense to me how women are not being asked out on dates. Like, there are so many beautiful women, like, come on, like, just shoot your shot. But a lot of the things that the guys were telling me, and these were guys from the ages of like 19 to 40, was like, no, we don't want to intimidate a woman. If we see them on the street, like, we'll cross the road so that they feel safe.
I do that.
No, we don't want to come across creepy. So I do see that obviously culture has really like removed this from the man, this kind of like the art of the chase. And then that, I think, in effect is making more men passive.
Getting labeled as a creep has some major consequences. I could go out and list them all, but suffice to say, it's just not worth the risk anymore.
Why aren't men making the first move anymore?
Why should they? Men and women are equal, right? So that means equal rights and equal responsibilities. And that includes dating.
Like, that's literally your job.
Says who? Oh, wait, it's some of those individuals that want traditional gender roles to be enforced in certain situations, but absolutely not in others.
It's your responsibility to show the initial interest. It's your job to go get the girl's number, to go tell her that you're interested.
A man's job is to protect his peace, not to chase after women who clearly just want attention.
Whenever I hear takes like this, where it's a woman emphasizing that it is solely the man's responsibility to approach the woman and initiate contact for the beginnings of a relationship, I often wonder, is that just some way of indicating that they're not getting approached? Could be.
You're afraid of getting rejected. Be a man, grow up.
Anyone else find it just a tad bit funny that there are some women out there that want men to act like men, only in so much as it serves their purpose. But when it doesn't, they call men acting like men reprehensible.
Attempting to emasculate a man is not going to motivate him to approach you. That's not how that works. I've said this many times, but these women, their strategy for getting men to actually want to approach them, it simply doesn't work.
I'm really trying not to crash out right now, but I'm actually really pissed. Matched with this guy on Hinge. He's really chatty, funny, playful. Asked for my number. We were going to go out tomorrow night, right? Text me, hey, here's my Instagram. Creep if you want to. So I look him up on Instagram. It's private, so I click follow. Go back to Hinge. Unmatched me. I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, maybe because he already has my number. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to go see if he, accepted my follow request. Blocked on Instagram.
It's obvious he didn't like what he saw. She would block him instantly if the tables were reversed.
So how is that supposed to make me feel? I know I probably shouldn't be, looking into it. Maybe he's just not interested. But I'm like, did he look at my Instagram and think I was ugly? I am really having a hard time with dating. And I don't know how to, make that not about me. Because that really hurt my feelings. What?
Modern women oftentimes simply do not care how men feel, so why should men actually care? As far as I'm concerned, that bridge is basically burned at this point.
I have a hot take, and I fear it should not be a hot take. I think that there is an epidemic of nonchalant men, and I think that they need to all be arrested, because I think that every woman deserves the most chalant man that to ever exist.
Saying a disinterested man should be thrown in jail isn't a hot take. It's actually just pure insanity.
Nothing is more mortifying than the fact that I just went to the grocery store and I walked by two cute guys, and both of them I tried to do the thing where I look them dead in the eyes and I'm looking them up and down and smiling I don't know, and both of them looked like they just saw a freaking ghost and walked even faster. This is why I'm involuntarily celibate.
She acts like smiling is somehow putting in effort. That is less than the bare minimum. I mean, come on now.
Can someone please tell me why I literally paid to go on dates with men tonight and I didn't get to date a single man? The universe said no. No fucking thank you. I don't want you to do it. I went speed dating tonight and I got grouped in with the group of guys to walk around with, to talk to the women, not date the men.
It wasn't the universe that prevented her from getting a date. I mean, the nose ring had that one covered, I think.
I only got to talk to women tonight. If that's not the biggest sign from the universe saying no, don't do it. I mean, what the heck? I give up. I'm done. I give up.
It's crazy how these women will just blame the universe and their cities or God or just something that they just ascribe other than themselves rather than take any form of accountability for anything.
Modern men have no courage. Courage is something men used to pride themselves in. It was lumped into chivalry, part of being a man. But now you don't even have the courage to go talk to a girl? None of you are approaching women. None of you seem confident. And coming from a girl, I swear to you, all it takes is a little bit of courage to stand out. Yes, the gym is going to help. Yes, fashion is going to help. Yes, you need to be a good man. But none of that is going to matter if you're not willing to put yourself out there. Are you going to fail on many approaches? Absolutely. But who cares? I know it hurts, but what else are you going to do? Continue to watch dating content that you've never put to use? You have so much more control over your own destiny here. I'm too short, I'm too poor, modern women aren't worth it, feminism ruined everything, are just a bunch of lame-ass cop-out excuses.
Men have legitimate concerns when it comes to dating, but they all seem to just be written off and nobody seems to give a damn.
Okay, are we hitting like a nonchalant men pandemic? What's going on? Why is every other guy that I meet so nonchalant? I literally, the other day, when I say the other day, I mean the other month, a guy literally gave me a compliment. Mind you, this is the first time he gave me a big boy compliment. He used the word gorgeous to describe me, when every other time it was like pretty or like hot. And I had told this guy that I prefer being called beautiful to pretty because that's just the type of girl that I am. I don't find that cringy. I like that. I prefer that.
Imagine being with a woman who lectures you on your compliments not being nice enough. How crazy is that?
Like, I'm a hopeless romantic. I've read all the classic romance novels. Like, I want that, right? And like, he proceeded to give me this compliment and then he goes not to be gay. What? You just icked me out. And I'm an avid believer of like, I can't get icked out if I truly like someone. But I literally just, I was like, you're lying, right? Like, you did not follow that. That's giving the same energy as like a middle schooler being like, no homo. You're a grown man saying not to be gay after giving a girl a compliment? I can't. And like, when I told this guy that I'm like, I think you're too nonchalant for me, he proceeded to tell me I'm just a chill guy.
It's obvious she was never into this guy in the first place. She just wants to be put on a pedestal. She's probably cheating the entire time.
We need a Noah's Ark level cleansing on all of the nonchalant fiends that have been plaguing our society as of recent. No one talks about the nonchalant epidemic as much as it needs to be talked about. I will see people on a daily basis straight aura farming at every single given moment. What happened to giving a fuck? What happened to not acting like an NPC droid from The Sims? If I'm talking to you and I'm telling you about something that I'm passionate about, the last thing I want to hear in that conversation from you is, bro, like, you just gotta chill, bro. Like, yo, just chill. Chillax, like, just chill.
If a dude is telling her to chill out, then she's not being passionate. She's just being annoying.
TS is not tough. TS is not tough in the slightest. We all need to agree that aura farming in the way the nonchalant final bosses do actually results in negative aura rather than positive aura. These dudes are so like bland and unfun to be around because literally they are afraid that anything that they do will result in negative aura. Like, it'll be a huge blow to their whole like nonchalant demeanor. Ladies, if you have a boyfriend who is a nonchalant aura farming fiend, I encourage you to either speak to him or break up with him ASAP. Next thing you know, in 20 years, when you decide to get married to this absolute fiend, he's gonna tell the priest, yo, chill, bruh. Just chill on that. Bring back emotion. When C-3PO has more of a personality than you do, you know it's a problem.
I had a guy come up to me the other night at a party and be like, hey, I think you're really pretty. I just wanted to introduce myself. What's your name? And he was like, can I please have your phone number? And he was really nice and approached me in a very calm, gentle, sweet way. But like, it got me thinking of how scary it must be to be a guy and to have to go up to girls. Like, if I was a guy, you would never catch me doing that. Like, probably ever. I don't think I would ever do it. I think if I were a guy, I would have to approach with like a funny joke or like a funny comment about something, because there is no way you would see me going up to a girl and being like, hi, I think you're really pretty. What's your phone number?
Even when men approach these women in a quote-unquote nice way, it's funny how they still just need to complain about it. Make sure you click on one of the videos on screen now to watch more if you liked today's video. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.